Whether you are a seller's agent, a broker, or a buyer's agent, I want to show you how you can increase the amount of money you make on almost every single sale. You know as well as I do, as a real estate agent, your primary focus is selling real estate. But what if I could show you how you can make 0.5% more on nearly every loan you do? Just can't do it on FHA. There's a lot of companies out there doing it. This isn't new. RE/MAX has, as you know, Motto Mortgage. What about Keller Williams? They have Keller Mortgage. Compass Realty, right? They have Origin Point. There's a lot of these companies do it, and somebody's making money off of those mortgages. My question is, are they sharing that money with you? You see, typically, to get a percentage of the mortgages, you had to do one of two things. You either had to go out and spend the money to buy a franchise, right? Or you had to open up your own branch and become a broker. And now you're managing loans and the processing and the whole process behind doing loans. And that is the big reason why most realtors, when I talk to them, say, look, I know I've been in the business long enough, I could do that, but I don't want to spend the time and the energy and the money it takes to manage all of that, because my focus is on real estate. And if I take my eye off of that focus and now I'm worried about mortgages, I'm not going to be going out and getting more real estate either for myself or for my team. And that's why a lot of real estate agents that I talk to just aren't interested in this. Well, let me introduce you to a new model where all of you can do that. Bring in the Nexa Mortgage team. And we can then turn that spigot on for you and help you make a little bit more money on every single transaction that you bring through. It's really pretty simple. All you have to do is get one person on your team to go out and get their MLO license, okay? We do the rest. So Nexa is going to do the compliance for you. Nexa is going to do the payroll for you. Nexa is going to do, obviously, all of the mortgage stuff, right? We're going to do that for you. We become your loan officer assistant legally so that we can do the loans that you bring to us. Here's how it works. You've got a team, right? Someone on your team needs to actually go pass the SAFE exam and become that leader. Then the rest of you on your team refer your loans to that team leader that has their MLO license. And then we work on all of those loans. Nexa become the in-house lender for your team. At about this point in the presentation, I always get a seller's agent that'll say, you know what, this isn't for me. They just tune out. Why? Because they're thinking, well, my customer is moving someplace else in the United States, and what good is that for me? Well, here's how you can get that referral fee as a realtor. Think about it. You get them pre-approved with one of Nexa's 2,000 loan officers that work in one of these states. And by the way, Nexa is in 48 states. We're not in Massachusetts or New York. We've applied for both, but we're not there yet. And we've got Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. So almost anywhere your customer could be moving, we have a loan officer that can work on their loan. If it isn't within our team. All those red places are where my wife and I have licenses, right? But if we don't, someone on our team does. So now you're handing off a lead to a real estate agent, and you say, well, I don't know a realtor in Florida or Texas or Arizona. Well, we do. And so you hand them off to somebody that is used to working with Nexa. You think you're going to get that finder's fee this time? Yeah, pretty easy. Now, the rest of you are thinking, well, why on earth do I need to go with just Nexa? Well, Nexa is the #1 wholesale broker in the nation. And this will now be the second year in a row. We won that title in 2021. And there's nobody even coming close to us now. We have 2,000 loan officers, but more than that, and this is the key to Nexa, we have 185 lenders. Well, look at that list there. Conventional, FHA. As I said, you can't double dip with FHA, but all the rest of them you can. VA, USDA, down payment assistance. You and I both know that a lot of those down payment assistance programs work only in your municipality or your state. A lot of our lenders are already tied into those. Construction loans, manufactured homes, foreign nationals, ITIN, DACA, CMG. I love that all in one loan. Fix and flip, commercial. You get the idea. Any kind of loan that can be done, we have it. Now, you've already worked with, even if you didn't know it, a lot of these companies, right? And we get their wholesale rates. So I know many of these companies that you're seeing there have both a retail side of the house and a wholesale side of the house. And the retail side, as we know, they're starting to struggle. You've seen a lot of companies lay people off that you thought were go-tos that would never go away. They're laying people off. Why? They had too much management fees layered into their pricing. And right now we're beating those retail sides with these high rates that we've got right now, we're beating them by almost a point. Why? Because we've got their wholesale rates. So we get the best rates in the industry from companies that you've already worked with. And if you think about it, all these companies know they're competing against each other, but there's still a basement at which they can't go any lower on price. And so how do we get differentiation at that point? We get it in service. So Nexa is getting better service. I can go into that with you folks, but we have a Zoom environment where we can go in and talk to any one of those lenders that you're looking at right now, look them in the eyes and get help, okay? So we get better service from these folks. And some of that comes in the form of like faster CTCs. So we get a faster clear to close with many of these lenders than they even get in-house. Take UWM for instance, right? We do, I don't know, over 1,000 loans a month with those folks, right? And our average clear to close, even closing 1,000 plus loans a month, is 11.6 days. So if you've got a client that you have to close real quick, we're the place to bring it to. Anyhow, enough about Nexa. How does this work for you? How do you turn this spigot back on? Let's say that you've got a team that's bringing in $2 million worth of real estate a month. And I know, those of you in Seattle and San Diego are going, wait a minute, that's not even the cost of one home. Okay, but here in Austin, Texas, where I live, that might be 4 houses, maybe 3, maybe 4, right? But what if you're in Kansas? You know, that could be 8 to 10 houses. It doesn't matter. Let's just use this as an example. I think it's a very conservative example of $2 million worth of volume for your entire team per month. How does it work? Again, one of you has to go out and get your MLO license, and then the rest of you refer your business to that MLO. Then we work these. Well, at $2 million a month in volume, at 0.5%, you're going to be bringing into that team lead $10,000 a month to that RELO, as we call them, real estate loan officer. What could your team do with an extra $10,000 a month? You could put it all toward marketing. How many new homes could your team sell if you had an extra $10,000 a month? That's what this is about, helping you increase your total homes sold. Let us turn that spigot on for you. Visit us at nexajobs.com, and myself or one of the loan officers that I work with on my team will get back with you, and we will help you put this program together and answer any other questions that you might have. Thanks. You have a great day.